welcome back to my Daily Dose with Tim. Today is Season 2, Episode 24, and it is also Part 3 of 5 Ways to Financial Freedom in 5 years or less. So as you guys can see, this is Part 3 of a bigger topic overall, and the last couple of days, I definitely underestimated how much there is to really share with you in order to really build on this concept properly, because we're still on the first way. And the first way, honestly, the funny thing is, this is, as I was saying yesterday when we first got started with this example, is that this first way isn't exactly 100% goal-driven. However, it is very much, well, I probably shouldn't say it's not goal-driven. It's not timed as clearly as most strategy or most plans that we set out for people that are looking for achieving financial freedom or financial independence or financial security. However, this is still, I just want to kind of share with you what I've seen the most common way of how some people approach this, to really show you that telling you that financial freedom is attainable and achievable within 5 years really isn't all that hard. Again, depending on where you are in the age spectrum, or as I like to call it, life experience spectrum, or really where you are in your income bracket. So many people tend to think that, oh my God, really? 5 years and I can be financially free for the rest of my life? Well, absolutely, okay? That's the thing. I just want to show you, if you are one of those households where you got 2 incomes right now and you're living fairly well, at the same time you might have other obligations like your typical bills, and maybe you got children, maybe you got elderly and family members that you got to take care of, whatever the case may be. This is something that a lot of people sort of just dive into because they're testing out each strategies for themselves as they go. However, it's still proven effective. So just a quick recap. Yesterday we spoke about the fact that year 1, after everything is calculated, we basically create an additional nearly $3,000 a month in income. However, by definition, this isn't exactly financial freedom income. This is what I will qualify as financial independence income, meaning you don't need anybody else to give you a job income in order for you to pay your bills, for you to live on, for you to survive, okay? By definition, what that means is the income generators or the strategies that you're using come from 2 different income buckets, which is earned and passive. However, by definition, financial freedom means that you got enough passive income coming in so that you don't have to go to your job. Now, because we're using household income and we're using $5,000 a month as basically the baseline of what we're talking about here, it makes it a little bit more blurry, if you will, to actually cover all of that. What that really means is, usually in most households and most relationships, there's one person that makes a little bit more, one person makes a little less, and just depending on how much money you each clear. And so, as I mentioned yesterday, a lot of the times when you're in that situation, most couples, most people would actually vouch for the person that makes a little bit less to be free up, if that's something that they want to do. Or for a lot of people, they simply just want additional income to come in and assist in their lifestyles, or just be able to do a little bit more with that, okay? So year 1, year 2, what we did here was combining 3 different strategies: wholesaling, private lending, as well as lease options. And we did that for 2 years. And now we're in year 3. So if you're in year 3 right now, and some of you might be going, you know what, maybe I don't want to do as many lease options anymore because I'm at the point where, okay, I may have walked away from my JOBs now because I make enough money. I know how to create my own paychecks now. I know how to create my own income sources. So I'm not fully married nor in love with my JOB, and even though I like it, but I understand now time is everything. I want to have my time back to pursue what I really want to do. And once I got the system set up, I'm not bound to the 9 to 5, 40 hours a week or more, and no commute. I mean, these days not a lot of people are commuting either anyway. But my point is, you might decide after doing a couple of strategies for the first couple of years, you might decide to go into something different. However, let's just take a quick look, okay? So income source number 1, let's just say that just because you set out to become a wholesaler, professional wholesaler from year one, that is definitely the business that you want to continue to build on. Because remember, when you are a wholesaler, what do I say? It is not because the deal is not good enough for you. It is simply because of two simple factors. Number one, it doesn't fit your business goal. And number two, you do not have the immediate resources to close on the deal. So as you do that, you're going to build a bigger database for both buyers and sellers, and you're also going to have a reputation, a good one, I'm hoping, for yourself, that when people actually get exposed to a deal that you want to wholesale right off the bat, they're like, you know what, if it's something coming from Tim, it's going to be a good deal. At least that's the reputation that I'm hoping that you will build. This is a very, very small industry, and what you do matters. And initially, whatever you want to name your company has no brand recognition nor brand equity. You are your own brand. So make sure you do a good job, okay? So let's just say that year 3, I think year 1 we did 5,000, year 2 we did 6,000. Let's just say that year 3, you've built an even better reputation. So you're now charging $7,500 for a wholesale deal. And again, I'm keeping it very, very open right now, because when you know how to wholesale, and you can really wholesale any kind of deals, any kind of strategies. We have people that wholesale lease options, they wholesale distressed properties, they wholesale private lending opportunities, they wholesale commercial, they wholesale duplexing opportunities, they wholesale multi-unit family income properties, whatever it is that you want to do, okay? So I'm keeping it very, very straightforward in the sense that this is a bit of an average amount. Let's just say that you decide that year 3, hey, you know what? Because you're good at this, and because now you don't have to be bound to a regular JOB, you got a little bit more time now to execute on this, then what you will do is maybe you're going to do 8 deals now, okay? So remember, first year we did 4, second year I believe we did 6, and we're just adding 2 more. So we're not talking about exponential growth here. I'm talking about a path that a lot of us can easily follow and execute on, because I'm all about being attainable, all about being realistic, because that's what got me where I am. That's what got me to help a lot of other people get to where they are. Because understand, we're all busy. We all have a lot of things on our plate to begin with. In order for us to fit something in, it has to be attainable. It has to be executable, okay? And so right here, what we've done, okay, is $60,000 worth of income. And like I said earlier, you decided that, you know what, you've already got 4 lease options going, I believe. Okay, you've already got 2 from year 1 and then 2 from year 2. So you got 4 lease options going, and you decide, you know what, maybe this year I'm gonna switch tracks and do something else. But what that means really is still the fact that you got $1,600 a month cash flowing coming in still for the year. Okay, so $1,600 a month times 12, we're looking at $19,200. And you still have your private lending, okay? And we said it was 50,000 times 12%. So that's 500 per month times 12 months. Basically, you're 6,000. And then you decide to test out income properties. Because now that you're financially independent, you really want to go after financial freedom, meaning you want to now start to create that pot of monthly cash flow that solely comes from passive income, okay? So if you had a chance to go back to season 1, episode 27, we talked about the average property being $150 per door. That's what we aim for. Now, depending on the market that you go into, remember S&P. In Canada right now, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart moment just because I always blend the Canadian markets and the US markets together, because I understand In Canada, our numbers sometimes are not as attractive as the US, I'm not gonna lie. However, again, you can still find amazing deals all the time as long as you stick to the right formula and you understand how to acquire your properties and how to raise value, how to increase the performance of it, okay? So coming back here though, depending on if it's income property single family or if it's income property multi-unit residential, it really depends on how you get into those buildings and the conditions that they're in and how much room you can actually improve. However, generally speaking, there's definitely more economy of scale, more growth area when it comes to the multi-unit residential side of things. So all things considered, most of the times, the proper range that we look at whenever you're looking at adding doors into your portfolio, that's why season 1 episode 27 I talked about an average of $150 per door per month. However, really the bigger range usually is anywhere between $100 to $300 per door per month. So let's take a look at what that means now. I'm just going to change color and say because it's between 100 to 300, I'm just going to do a happy median right there and do 200. Okay. So year 4, you decide that you're going to pick up, let's just say 10 doors. That really only works out to be 2 5-plexes a lot of the times. Okay, so that means you've added $1,000 per month times 12 months. So what does that mean? $12,000 right there. Now, let's just say that that is the end of all of this. For year 4, let's add it all up once again. So we have 85200 plus 12,000. Okay, so actually this is year 3 only, not even year 4. I'm sorry. Year 3, you've created an additional income of $97,200. So again, I don't know where you're from, where you're watching this from, and how much you make right now. Okay, I do understand though, if you're an average North American household making $97,200 a year, it's gonna start to make a bit of a positive impact in your financial situation. And so what that really means is if you divide it by 12 months, that's about $8,100 on a monthly basis. However, how much of that $8,100 is actually coming from what we would consider passive? Well, right here, we have this is passive, and this is passive. So if you want to add it all up now, this is 2,000 and 2,500 plus the 1,600, you are at 4,100. Can you see how quickly now we can actually get to the $5,000 mark just purely from passive income already? Let's keep going. So this is year 3. I'm gonna do this, so when we refer back to this, we all get it, okay? This is year 3. Now, I'm gonna go into year 4 with you. Year 4, let's think about what is happening here. Most lease options last about 2 to 4 years. So the average, once again, is 3 years. So let's just say that the lease options, the 2 lease options that you put through, that you started in year 1, is a 3-year deal, or both of them are 3-year opportunities. That means year 4, not only are you gonna be finishing the deal, you're getting a payout. Okay, if you have not been trained on lease options yet, I know this is something that I'm going to be covering later on this season as well. However, go back to season 1. I believe there were 5 episodes on lease options. I think it was season 1, episode 36 and onwards. So make sure you go back and refer to it. I'll put a link in the comment section once again. Okay, if you like that, let me know. And so year 4, what happens is, let's take a look. You've decided that, you know what, you've become an absolute pro at wholesaling at this point. And you're not going to raise anything. You're just going to keep it at $7,500 per deal. And you're not even going to over push it right now. You're going to keep it at the same 8 deals that year. That means you got a $60,000. That doesn't change at all. okay? However, because this is not exactly what you're looking for anymore, right now, you're looking to gain your passive income. Your earned income is just really there to give you that extra boost and extra push. So that money, you can spend it, you can reinvest it however you want to look at it, okay? So let's just quickly look at lease options. Because the deals from the first year are closing now, you've lost that income. However, you still got 800 on a monthly basis times 12. So that's 9,600 right there. But you also, let's just say that in this case, you're likely going to be putting $50,000 in cash when you exit the deals. So then what you can do now is you can add your $50,000 back into the original $50,000 that you have rolling in private lending. So you have $100,000 now and making 12% on average, so 1% per month. That means $1,000, okay? And so again, this is really a total of $12,000 for the whole year. Now, why are you doing that? You're not increasing the volume there. You're not increasing the volume there. This money is rolling into this because you've decided, once again, you want to focus on adding to your passive income. So what that means is, well, income property from year 3, you still got, what did we just say? You got $2,000 coming in every single month, okay? And then now you've decided this is gonna be the year. You're gonna add, okay, instead of 10 doors, you're gonna double your effort this year. So that means an additional $4,000 per month coming in. So in total, this is $72,000 right here, okay? Whoopsie, 72,000. So, I just said whoopsie. There we go. So, from a passive income perspective, let's take a look, okay? This doesn't count. However, we have 800 a month, and then we have 1,000 a month there, and then we have 2,000 a month plus the new 4,000 a month. How much do we have now? 7,800 per month from passive. However, what you've added really is a total income of, add it all up, so 69,600 plus the 12,000 plus the 72,000. You've added a total of 153,600 into your bank account that year. So I just want to show this to you because we've accomplished the first way of achieving financial freedom in under 5 years or less. Even though we took a little bit of a detour, we decided that, hey, we want to achieve financial independence first. So maybe from a dual income household perspective, one of them can actually start to free up their time by walking away from their regular day job. Again, I always joke the fact that if you actually work only 40 hours a week at your regular job, you're lucky. Very congratulations. Because I remember towards the end of my career at a corporate job, I was working 70, 80 hours a week because I had to factor in a lot of travel time there too. So there was not a lot of personal time left. So it's a good thing that I didn't have kids, but I understand a lot of you guys are parents, you have family, or maybe you're looking to start a family too. So time really is precious. And so this is a 4-year trajectory. Think about it. Are you willing to commit and dedicate the next 4 years so that the rest of your life can open up and you can actually create options for yourself? And so if you had the chance to go back to season 1, episode 27, I talked about the fact that I usually call this a strategy session. And the strategy sessions are really the ones, in my opinion, should connect the dots for you. In the sense that if this is as transparent as it gets. If this is not easily understandable to you, make sure you reach out to me because I really, really want all of you guys to get this because so many people, they laugh at me. They're like, Tim, because you've done it yourself, your results are not typical, you say it yourself. And so, for us to tell us that it's attainable in 5 years or less for most families, that is just too funny. You must be doing this just so that, you can sell educations, you can tell people what to do, you can brainwash them. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually looking to brainwash you because I'm telling you what the current value system that you have in your head is not working. I'm glad I got brainwashed. And however, I hope that it's brainwashing in a good way. I just want to really show you guys how this is super simple and very attainable. However, as my mentor always says, what is simple may not always be easy to implement. And this is where proper education and proper handholding and coaching and mentoring really do come in. So think about it. I really want you to take the time to visualize what life is going to be like when you can, within the next 4 years, not have to rely on somebody else to give you a paycheck to live and be able to add $153,000 into your income every single year. And you have full control over how much money you can and want to make on an annual basis after that. What is the price tag you would put on that? I've spoken to so many people. They get actually freaked out at how much sometimes financial education is. And I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, and this could be my completely biased personal opinion, if you're just going out there seeking one course at a time, it ain't a full meal deal, okay? The best meals that you'll ever have usually are the ones that is a set menu. They call it chef's creation. It comes with wine pairings or drinks, and it's the whole thing so that you get the full experience. You're immersed in that environment. And so again, that's probably because that's the way I was trained, and I was fully dedicated, and I was held accountable for at least 2 years of my life so that I can properly learn all the strategies that I needed to learn and had the time to work with my coaches, with my mentors, and apply them. And so here it is, the first way of how to achieve financial freedom in 5 years or less, and you can hit more than $5,000 a month. Now, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna go into the second way, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Anyways, we got 4 more ways coming your way. So I'm saying way too many times. Anyways, I think that's my cue to finish this video today now. Thank you so much for joining me again. And the last couple of episodes, I've gotten a lot of really good feedback. And as I said, this is as live, as real as it gets. I have a general idea of what I'm gonna be sharing with you guys. However, nothing is scripted. And so sometimes you'll see me fumble a little bit, but I just wanna share with you, this is how real it gets and how simple it could be. But it is now up to you to hold yourself accountable and decide what the next step will be. So thank you so much for joining me once again. And I really appreciate a lot of you guys sharing this with people that you care about, that you think can really learn from this as well. Because I know a lot of the things that I'm talking about, to some of you, it might be something that you've been exposed to already. To many of you, this is very different because you can understand now. I'm not telling you how to do BRRRR or telling you to buy a condo, telling you to just buy a house and get started with that. That's one of the things that I will be sharing with you this season as well down the road in terms of what not to do. Okay, I'm very passionate about that as well, because as much as I'm sharing with you what to do and what you need to do and what you can do, knowing what not to do and actually don't do any of those things is probably just as important. And this is something that I also learned from another book recently that I was reading. And I believe it is called 13 Things That Mentally Strong People Don't Do. Is how, while it is good to learn to gain good habits, it is just, if not more important, to get rid of the bad ones. Okay, and just because we are leveraging real estate as our vehicle, a lot of the times people are still stuck in the idea of, let's just go out and buy something first and see how it works. Let's just go out. Okay, you got to take action. You got to take the first step. Yes, however, that might be the wrong first step for many of you. I know it definitely was, and I'll share with you why as we go along this season. All right, thank you so much again. Have a great evening. Live well, everybody. I will see you back here tomorrow.